Hi, it's Pank from HnO friends. I hope you're well. And today I want to talk about some idea about coaching, self-hypnosis, and personal growth. And a very interesting expression that you can use a lot in UK or in US. It's when you spot it, you got it. I think it's very interesting to think about that because in our discipline, it's very useful to understand that what we can take care about someone or something that makes in our mind some noise and we are bad with some attitude or with some idea. It's a lot of time a part of ourselves who have some problem with that, and it's very interesting to understand that we are like mirror with other people, and we spend so many time to criticize people and explain them that it's not good to do that or to be like that, and we love to make some good advice and say, okay, you need to do like that, it's not good to be like that, and so on. But it's fun because a lot of time it's not the main problem of our partner, our friends, or people we dislike. It's a lot of time our own problem. When we can spot something, when we can focus on something about someone, about different aspects personality or attitude, and you say, okay, I see you are like that, you are not very kind with people, you are always negligent, or you are always in bad mood, you are always in anger, and so on, and you focus on that. It's very interesting because it must be one of your own problem. If it wasn't your problem, if you are very okay with that and you say, okay, I'm good with that, and I have no problem, in fact, you would just observe that and say, okay, that is way of life, that is way of thinking, of doing. Perhaps I work with that and I'm okay with that. Perhaps I work with that, but I'm not in good way with that. So a lot of time we say, okay, I don't understand all the time in my life. I work on myself to become a better man or better woman. I work about my behavior. I work about my mind and so on. And I take some big focus to change that. And this guy, this woman, don't take care about that, and that make me feel full inside myself because I feel inside myself I am the same that this guy, but I work about that, and it doesn't work about that, so I dislike that. It's crazy and so on. A lot of time when we are okay with way of thinking, behavior of certain people, we just observe that and can be very quiet with that and accept that people are different from ourselves, and if our work inside ourselves give us some peace, we are peaceful with this guy or woman. So just understand that a lot of people who make moral, in Europe actually we have some guy who have a problem with the justice, and it's interesting because one of them is a guy who are a speaker about moral. You need to be moral with women. Women need to be like that. Don't need to show their body and so on. He explained a lot of things about moral and explained men need to be like that, women like that. And if we want to have a very moral community, if you want to have a very healthy people, you need to be and to have a big moral. And it's very fun because this guy actually has a problem about abuse of women and young women, and we can understand that if he spots on the moral, it's because he is unmoral. He have problem with his own morality, and he work about that, or he one time he understand that he had a big problem with that, and he put all his energy on moral and become a master of moral, because it's his own problem, it's his own compulsion. He can't he can't control that. So he will explain to everybody how important is that, because he can't do that. He can't be moral. He asks to people to become moral. If women are moral like he wants, women don't show their body and they are very shy and so on, it could be not interesting, and his instinct, perhaps his predator instinct, is not aware, so it could be good for him. But all his idea, or a lot of his idea, is to protect himself, not protect the community. He thinks the community is immoral, so he gives some advice about that. But in reality, if he was okay with himself, he don't really care about the moral of other people, because inside himself he knows what is good for him, what is moral for him, what he wants to live with, or what drives his life, and he don't need to say to people, do that, don't do that, to be a virtue guy you need to be like that and so on. No, he could only be okay with his own morality. And if you are okay with yourself, you don't want that the world become like you want. You just accept the world with all the defaults and all this quality, become what it is, a human world. So it's interesting to see when you listen people who talked about some specific subject, and all the time when you see them on TV, when you buy some books about them and on see YouTube about that, all the main aspect of their mind is focused on something. You can be sure it's his own problem. And it's very interesting for morality, for example. Some people say you need to be moral, it's forbidden to do that, to think like that, and so on. It's very interesting to ask questions about them, how they live, how they are educated, because sometimes they think they need some morality because their parents were immoral, their friends were immoral, and for them it was very anxious states. So they decide to change their way of thinking, or they never take time to step back and ask themselves what is the good morality, his own morality, and their parents, teacher, and so on say, okay, you need to think like that, and it's like robots. They repeat, and they have a problem with that because they never take a step back and just ask themselves, okay, what is my own morality if I put away all the influence for people since I'm born. So it's very interesting. Just keep in mind, if you spot it, you got it. I think it's very interesting to be aware about that and accept that the other people is not always a problem or enemy and so on, but just say, okay, it gives me some information about myself. Perhaps today I'm not agree to walk about that, and I want to explain that it's other people the problem. But if one day you decide to work on yourself, you can say, okay, what is the main part of people I dislike? What made me angry, so crazy, and what is that? And just say, okay, what is my own problem with that? Sometimes it's very hard because you will say, no, I'm very kind. I'm not a bad guy. I'm kind. And when you will work about yourself, you will understand you are not kind. You become kind to have an answer about your own badness, for example, or anger, or so on. And it's not big deal. It's not big problem. You need just understand that and accept. People can be good or kind because at this moment they are not the good solution or the good perspective on themselves, and they need to work on themselves with everything: psychotherapy, meditation, religion, like you want. So if you have some questions, just let me know. I like every day. Just take what is good for you. Take care.